George's College against Melbourne Grammar School from Australia. And the Melbourne Grammar School on the right-hand side, as you can see. Race 77. Good, strong start. Purposeful, moving away from the booms. Wildlife scooting clear. And that's a decent start. Interesting to see initially the number of crews who've moved away from their bank on the Berkshire side, Buckinghamshire side rather, alongside the island, and then have somehow managed to steal a march.
Yes, you don't want to be too close to the island. You always want some room to maneuver around booms, because booms are unforgiving.
As we've seen rather a lot, particularly for that crew from Norway, and you feel for them. But this is a strong start from the Melbourne crew. They are the most successful crew in Victoria in 2016, which almost means you don't need to mention any results, because that says it all. That's mighty impressive.
Melbourne Grammar also went to New South Wales and won the Sydney Schoolboys. They're just a fantastic crew.
And you can tell, look at that, we're now live with them, and look at the advantage they've pulled out.
And Melbourne Grammar is the second oldest school in Victoria. They were founded in 1858, actually by the first Anglican bishop. So they're very close to the English in that respect. Scotch College, who was here last year, is the oldest, from 1851. Melbourne Grammar has had 3 Australian Prime Ministers and 2 Victoria Cross winners.
And they know how to row here in this Prince Elizabeth Cup, because that's a really impressive row. That's one of the most impressive I think we've seen over the first 2 days.
And if you look at their technique, in Australia, you're only allowed to schoolboy row for 6 months of the year. The other half, they play rugby or Aussie rules. So most of the other crews, schoolboy crews here, are all rowing 12 months of the year. That's just an impressive rowing demonstration.
And as we were saying earlier, this is not the peak of their season, far from it. It's actually the tail end, very much so. And the interesting thing too is that if they get through this, and one assumes that everything will go smoothly, they will be up against Radley College, who were pretty powerful earlier today, and they too have a number of strong rugby players there. So that could be quite a heavyweight contest, I think.
You could do 2 out of 3. Rowing, rugby, and Aussie rules.
Yes, but the danger is that you've got to try and stay fit in one piece here, rather than rugby. You can get smashed up a hell of a lot. So I think really it's best to focus on the rowing, probably.
Yes.
And that's what they seem to be doing now, because they are very impressive. Interesting, you talk there about the British influence. You talk about the Anglican connection, because in the crew at 5 is Fergus Hamilton, the son of Richard Hamilton, former Great Britain coach. Come across him?
Yes, and the stroke man, Nick Foster, his father was a bronze medalist in the K2 kayak in 1988, and his grandfather was on 2 Aussie water polo teams in 1952 and 56. And his aunt raced in Atlanta in the Cox 4. So I don't think he had a choice. He had to row.
Never mind the rugby or the Aussie rules then.
Go through the motions.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not going through the motions. I mean, this is really impressive. What is it do you think that's really marked them out here? What have they done? Without taking anything away from St George's College, they're from the Walton reach of the Thames. They've come up against, and they will admit this, they've come up against a team in prime form.
Melbourne Grammar is extremely fit. As you'll see, they're only 13 stone 4, so they're not a big crew. But Victorian crews tend to do a lot of running and off the water practice. So they'll be very fit and very lean. They won't be too heavily muscled. In a longer race like Henley, you want a good lean crew.
Fair play to St George's College, who enjoyed a great result to qualify. They came, the first 4 came 7th overall on the Sunday at the National Schools. Good look there by the man Tom Jenkinson in the bow seat, just to see exactly where Melbourne Grammar were, and to be fair, they've come back. Whether that's Melbourne Grammar easing up because they were comfortably in the lead. They're coming with a strong finish, St George's College.
I wouldn't ease off that much if I was Melbourne Grammar.
No, I think they're hoping to pick up, I would have thought. It's a lot closer. If people are just watching now from the enclosures, I think this is a good race, a close race.
Yes.
Actually, this should have been a comfortable victory. And fair play to St George's College, driving it to the line and keeping Melbourne Grammar honest.